game is last 5, so give it to an open Abbey Book for 3, and Taylor leads for the first time today.
Welcome back to the Marian General Hospital pregame show. Now time to catch up with the head coach of the Taylor Trojans, Jody Martinez, as they head into arguably their biggest game of the year as the number 9 Trojans welcome number 7 Marian to the planks inside Odell Arena tonight. Let's go back to Saturday. A game-winning bucket with 1.4 seconds left to defeat Grace by Becca Books. Your team turned the ball over 13 times in the first half. What was it like to escape Winona Lake with a win on Saturday?
Well, I think you summed it up with an escape, but, we had moments of playing really well. We had like 4 different series where we would get the lead up to 9, and then Grace would fight back and played. They played great game. They played with great confidence. Their zone gave us a little trouble with movement and shot selection. But a road win in this conference is a great win, and it doesn't matter what the game happens. It's going to be a win or loss, and take the win. And we're still battling for the conference lead right now.
There were 4 timeouts called after Grace went up by 1 and before Becca's game-winning bucket, 3 of which were called by you. What do you do in that situation to try to calm them down? And you went, we need to do full disclosure, you went back-to-back 30-second timeouts because that's what you had. So that's why the number was a little bit higher maybe than normal. But what do you say in those timeouts to try to calm the nerves down and also try to maybe adapt to what the opponent might do?
Yeah, the first timeout was to advance the ball. So Grace playing with a lot of emotion, crowds into it, excited, and I spent the first time out just composure, getting the players to relax. Let's execute a play. Just take your time. I'll call another timeout here when I get warned. I got the warning to break the huddle, so I called another timeout, and that's when I drew up the play. So then we went out there. They've been running zone the whole game, and so we gave our alignment. Saw our alignment, then Grace calls the timeout, and then they came out, and then they were different. They were man-to-man, like almost a denial kind of face guarding. So then I called my last and final timeout, and then drew up the play to bring Kendall up high to bite some people. I had crisscrossed at what I call X. I X'd out Aubrey and Becca, had Aubrey go first, then Becca pin, and then Becca slip. And then Lacey made a great pass, and then, it was supposed to be just a catch and shoot, but Becca made it more dramatic and did her own thing, and she gets all the credit because I did not tell her to kind of shoot it that way. So, but the option was for Kendall to draw people, and then Abby was wide open in the corner, and Becca was open at the elbow. So something that I just drew up on the whim, and the girls executed. We hadn't practiced it, but we had figured they were going to key on Kendall.
What has practice been like the last couple weeks? The girls obviously know how big of a game this is tonight, with only a game separating you and Marian from the top spot in the Crossroads League. How's practice gone the last couple of days?
Great, just great unity with, just energy, the enthusiasm. Shot very well. It's just been really good. I told Sonia when I got home Monday, I wish we were playing Marian yesterday, just because Monday's practice was our best one of the year, and then followed up with pregame yesterday with more energy, and then just watching the guys play, and their great comeback Saturday or in the second half, and unfortunately they didn't pull it off, but just the effort they had got our girls real excited about tonight.
I do want to go back to last night since you brought it up. There's a great cell phone video of the men's team watching in the corridor, watching your team win at the Horn on Saturday, and then the entire team was out. Your entire team was out there in the first couple rows last night, and they were getting rowdy and they were getting on the refs and everything like that. I mean, Becca walked a couple steps out onto the floor during one of those calls late, trying to argue for the Taylor men's basketball team. What's it like, and how proud does that make you as their coach that they're able to reciprocate what the men did for them on Saturday?
Well, first, I think both staffs get along great. Just supporting one another, but also just physically supporting people, just being there. And, of course, we love watching the men's team play, and the girls are very supportive of that. And watching them play gets them going and gets them ready to play the next night or, whatever. And it's been like that all year. And, of course, when I go back to the celebration, someone took a great shot, and just to see the reaction of the men's team, it meant a lot to the girls to be able to see that clip.
Let's talk about tonight's opponent, the Marian Knights. They've won at least 30-plus games the last 3 years in a row. They've gone to the national tournament 4 years in a row. They've been the top of the Crossroads League, and ever since Katie Gerald's got there, they won back-to-back national titles a couple of years ago. You had them on the ropes down there at their place, and then a tough second half and an overtime win for Marian down there in November. How do you try to even the season series tonight?
Yeah, Katie's an outstanding coach. I mean, she's like John Wooden says, you're an outstanding coach because you have outstanding players, and she's got talent. She's got a great program over there, and kids believe that they're going to win every game when they play, and we're getting to that point. I mean, we had them down double digits and a couple bad turnovers. We had 23 turnovers at their place and lost in overtime, and now I was just preaching to the girls, possessions matter when you play teams like Marian, and you got to make the best of it. I'm not saying we're going to score, but at least get a shot off. We can't be turning it over and giving them points. And so the points off turnovers and rebound is our biggest issue. Because Marian is just so physical, athletic, more than we are. And so we got to make a mental toughness game where we're just going to have to outwork them and do the best we can on rebounding, because if we don't rebound, it could be a long night.
Last quick thing, they went to a full court press. They gave your team fits in the third quarter when you played them in November. Do you expect them to maybe go to the press early and try to see how you guys have adapted since then?
I will be shocked if they don't press us. If they don't press us, then she's being nice or something. But I would expect a 1-2, 1-1 diamond press mixed up with either trap the first pass, trap on the dribble, or trap at half court. One of those three things is going to happen. And so we've worked on it. More than that, just only these last 2 days, but ever since that happened to us, which was our last loss in November, we've been focusing on our press breakers, and we've gotten a lot better.
It's the two hottest teams in the Crossroads League. You guys have won 9 in a row. They've won 6. That one of those will come to an end tonight. Hopefully it's not yours. Jody, thanks for the time.
Thanks, Rick. Hopefully we can celebrate with a birthday present for you.
And now for tonight's starting lineups, first for the visitors from Marian. The Knights are coached by Katie Gerald. She's assisted by Vicky Volanaki and Clayton Hasser-Smith. At guard, 5'7" sophomore from Avon, Indiana, number 3, Abby Ballard. At guard, 5'7" junior from Evansville, Indiana, number 13, Macy Lively. At guard, 5'9" junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 15, Rachel Tetzel. At forward, 5'10" senior from Pittsburgh, Indiana, number 23, Karen Jones. And at forward, 5'9" senior from Marian, Indiana, number 34, Deja Sayers. And now, players, get on your feet for the starting lineup for your Taylor Trojans. Your Trojans are coached by Jody Martinez, assisted by Natalie Young and Cassidy Wise. At guard, 5'11" junior from Angola, Indiana, number 40, Abby Brooks. At guard, 5'11" junior from Angola, Indiana, 44,
So here we go. It's number 7 Marian on a 6-game winning streak. The Trojans of Taylor University, they're the 9th-ranked team in the country. They're riding a 9-game win streak. The last time Taylor lost was the last time these two teams played. That was back in Indianapolis in November as Marian defeated Taylor 73-66 in overtime. The Trojans were plagued by that full-court press that Marian unveiled in the third quarter. And we come into action tonight. Marian first place in the Crossroads League. Taylor in second, a game back of the Knights. Rick Johnson here with you. Special welcome to the Taylor baseball team watching us down in Florida tonight. A tough loss for the boys last night, but they're 2-1 on the year with 3 more games to come against Ave Maria coming on Friday. It's number 7 versus number 9. And if Marian wins, they would take a proverbial 3-game lead over Taylor in the standings. Cyrus and Bradbury jump. Cyrus taps it near side. Was perplexed on the opening tip as Garrett corralled it on the near sideline for Taylor, and the Trojans have the opening possession. Aubrey Wright, a 3 to start the game off, is long off the back rim. And there's Deja Cyrus for the first rebound for Marian. They bring out their normal starting 5, Abby Downard, Macy Lively, Rachel Titzer, Karen Jones, and the aforementioned Deja Cyrus. Lively, the transfer from the University of Evansville, outside to Karen Jones. She'll hoist up a 3 and rattle it in. Karen Jones just made her 4th 3-point basket against Taylor this season, and she's made just 7 all year. And here comes a full-court press. Lively taps the ball away. A bad start here for the Trojans. A 3 from Jones, who's not a good 3-point shooter coming in. Just 26% on the year, but she's now 4 of 7 against Taylor from behind the arc this year in the full-court press. Forces a Taylor turnover as they try to get the ball for the second time. Cyrus right elbow, fakes it, get space away from Becca Books, and she rainbows in a right elbow jumper. A 5-0 start here for Marian. And now Garrett will weave away from pressure in the backcourt up to the near side of the floor, and Aubrey Wright. Back to the trailing Garrett as Taylor attacks the basket to our right. And Marian opens up. It looks to be in a little bit of a zone defense here. Now they slide back into man. Wright dared to shoot a 3 by Downard, and she sticks it right in her eye. The assistant coach for Marian across from us has her hand. Same thing with Katie Geralds, their head coach. Both look perplexed as they wondered why Downard gave Wright so much room. Aubrey made her pay, and Taylor back to within 2. And then the ball thrown out of bounds as Downard was all pestered by Aubrey Wright. Downard with that big knee brace on her left knee. Played just 17 games a year ago before tearing her ACL. Full court press, it's Downard, Lively, and Cyrus in the backcourt for Marian as Garrett will wheel to the front court. She'll drive, try to whip it to the weak side to Bradbury. It's kicked out of bounds by Karen Jones. $8:22 to go, opening quarter. Floated up top by Wright to Abby Books. Garrett straight away. Lively gives her plenty of space. This is the first time we've seen a non-center guard Lacey Garrett in the last handful of weeks. 8 to shoot. Garrett outside the arc. Lively giving her plenty of space. Here's Wright. Fakes a 3. Got Downard in the air. Driving in, and Wright's shot is beat, but there's a foul that comes against Deja Cyrus. Cyrus wound up and tried to tomahawk that ball back into the mouth of Aubrey Wright. It looked like from our vantage point that she got all ball. Instead, a foul is called against Deja Cyrus, her first, and the first one against Marian. Lacey Garrett, a heated conversation with head coach Jody Martinez across from us. 2 shots for Aubrey Wright. She makes both the games tied. The first one rattles out, so the best Aubrey can do is make it a 1-point Marian advantage. 8:02 to go, first half. Marian 2 of 2 to start. The Trojans 1 of 2. And Wright's second freebie rolls in off the front rim. 4 for Aubrey Wright. She has all 4 points for the Trojans. And they trail by 1 due Taylor, 5-4. Downer behind the back dribble with Wright defending her. She'll back out near the timeline. And she'll bounce to the right side circle in Jones. Bradbury guarding her. Off to Lively with Garrett defending in the man-to-man. Downard up top, thought about a 3. Bradbury comes ahead. A long 18-foot jump shot heaved up by Downard and missed. Hauled in on the weak side by Abby Books. Taylor with the ball from left to right. They've scored 4 in a row and trail by 1. They look for their first lead of the night right here if they can get a bucket. Here's Bradbury, the leading scorer in the Crossroads League. Long 2 from the right wing, right over Jones, and Taylor leads. Dad in attendance to our left, little sister Revan, who's coming off of hip surgery across from us. And we say hello to the Bradbury family watching back in Colorado. 6-0 run by the Trojans, 4 from Wright and a deuce from Bradbury. And Taylor's taken their first lead of the night. 3 minutes into quarter 1. Lively near side, right side screen set by Cyrus. B-Books comes in, knocks the ball away, then Lively throws the ball right into the gut of Lacey Garrett. After an excellent start by Marian, they've been a little perplexed here since. Books from the parking lot. That three-point shot from the right wing is short off the near side rim. Her heels were just inside the near sideline. She took that one from the dining commons across from us. 6:44 to go, opening quarter, I should say. Taylor opens up in the man-to-man. Titzer maneuvering around the arc, back to the near sideline, and Cyrus heaves one cross-court downward. A good three-point shooter steps in and rainbows one home from the right side. Downward, a capable three-point shooter at 32%. And that puts Marian back in front, 8-6, breaking about a minute scoring drought for the Knights. 6:20 remaining here in quarter number one. Bradbury over Jones, try to bank it home and does. That's 4 in a row for Bradbury. 4 from Wright, then 4 from Bradbury, and our game tied at 8. Here was 6:10 to go in quarter one. Downward runs the point. 5'7" sophomore from Avon, Indiana. Titzer left wide open for an 18-foot jump shot. She missed it long, and Aubrey Wright has rebound number 2. Now she'll wheel up the middle of the floor. She'll hit the brakes at the top and find the trailing B-Books. Abby Books fumbled with it. She'll still fire a 3. That rainbow try was long as it slipped out of her hands from twin sister Becca, and she misses a rainbow 3 in front of the Marian bench across from us. Game dead even at 8. It's B-Books guarding Deja Cyrus to start here with Bradbury guarding Jones. Jones thought about a 3. Pass to the far sideline to Titzer, almost intercepted by Abby Books. Titzer to the right corner, 10 to shoot, left-hand drive into the paint, kick out to Downward, 1-3 from the right wing. This one, a banker from the left wing, misses. B-Books with the rebound. Both teams have gone cold. Garrett drives, pitches back to Bradbury. Jab step to the paint in traffic. Somehow it's still hauled out of there by B-Books. Abby Books, The held ball will send it back to Marian as Bradbury tried to slice that one through 3 different Marian defenders. First subs come in for the night. They are for Marian. It's Macy Willoughby and Cam Cardenas. Lauren James on for the first time for Taylor. She replaces Abby Books. Cardenas, a 5'9 freshman from Beech Grove High School, the alma mater of Katie Gerald's, the head coach of the Knights. And Cardenas had 22 points off the bench on 8 of 12 shooting in Marian's 10-point win in Marian on Saturday at Indiana Wesleyan. Cardenas around the arc, top of the key. Jones has 1 through tonight. This one straight away all night to shoot, and Jones hits her second one. We mentioned Jones has made just 6 threes coming in. She had 3 against the Trojans the first time they met. She's now got 5 in the 2 games so far. Long pass over the defense. Wright gathers it in inside the right side arc with Taylor down 11-8 here in quarter one. Near side of the floor, this is Aubrey Wright trying to drive on Willoughby, cutting her off behind the back dribble to Wright. Looking for help up top. B-Books passes up. Lauren James to tie the game. Yeah, from the left wing. LJ 3-ball, and we're tied back at 11. Second triple for the Trojans. They're 2 of 4. Here's Cardenas down the lane. Shimmies through Bradbury, but her scoop is missed, and Bradbury cleans the glass. Here comes Garrett out and wheeling with Cardenas riding her right hip. Garrett trying to go wall-to-wall. Jump stop shot will just miss short off the left side rim. Here comes Marian the other way. Cardenas wheeling to the front court. And now she'll hit the brakes and wait for reinforcements. Near sideline Cardenas. Nobody guarding Cardenas, so she'll step in and just heave up a prayer that misses everything except the glass. Taylor will fling the ball from James all the way up the near sideline to Wright. Cardenas guarding Garrett. She'll get to the paint. Left block. Stop. Looking for help. She's got to get out of that lane sometime, and she'll throw it up top to the volleyball line, and James. She wants to go by Jones. Does that and lays it in. She's hammered from behind, and James will go to the line twice as she just blew the doors off of the post player, Karen Jones. First one on Jones. Second one against Marian. 3:47 to go here in quarter one. And Taylor looks for their second lead here of the opening quarter. From Lauren James. An 86% free throw shooter. The first one, too strong off the back rim. Huffman in for the first time for Taylor. Sydney Huffman replaces Lacey Garrett. We mentioned how James missed a free throw so that denies her a chance to rent a Lamborghini for the day from her dad. She makes the second one. But her teammate Madison Fisher bought a toy Lamborghini that she's able to operate with a remote control, and the word is that James likes to drive that around the halls of her dorm room. 12-11, the Taylor lead. 3:35 remaining quarter one. Here comes Lively, shimmy shake down the lane, right hand floater off the glass. No, there's Cyrus with inside position, and she banks it in with her right hand. Second bucket for Cyrus, and Marian back on top by 1, 13-12. Cardenas will save the ball into Cyrus as pressure plagues Taylor in the backcourt. Lively near side corner. Jones chased off the arc by Bradbury. She'll throw it in. Cardenas almost had to go out of bounds, but she flung that right hand out there and deflected it back into the field, into the court of play. 15 to shoot for Marian. They go from right to left in blue. A double screen up top that Cardenas shimmies to her right. Jones fakes a straightaway three. Left-hand drive. Tucks and throws a prayer off the glass. And a good verticality defense there by Bradbury. Aubrey Wright rebound, trying to drive on Cyrus. Driving kick to James. Willoughby guards her. Huffman right side circle, tries to get to the rack. Bump, throws it up, couldn't get the roll. And Jones has a rebound for Marian. Knight still on top by one with 2:40 to go in quarter one, and a fun one brewing here from Odell Arena. Jones trails the play to the near sideline, and Lively defended by Huffman. Lively looks Cyrus's way, guarded by B-Books. Cyrus shimmying right hand, fadeaway over Books, tried to bank it high, no, and rebounded by Kendall Bradbury of Taylor. Trojans with the ball from left to right and white. They trail by one, 13 to 12. They've trailed by as many as 5, falling behind 5-0 to start the contest. Lively, the junior transfer from the University of Evansville, guards Huffman, who gives off to right. Left side high, B-Books, Cyrus marking her. Bradbury with Jones right in front of her. 10 to shoot, near sideline to Huffman. Wanted to step back three, denied by Lively. Up top, B-Books with 5 with 4. A prayer of a three, hits the front rim hard, and it's hauled in by Cardenas of Marian. B-Books 0 of 2 to start from three-point range. Less than 2 to go, and the ball knocked out of bounds as Lively was hit from behind by Taylor's Aubrey Wright, and the foul is called. First one on Aubrey, first one against Taylor in the quarter. That'll allow a handful of subs to come in. Stratman and Deckard in for TU. They replace B-Books and Wright. Jones and Lively exit for Marian. They're replaced by Ellie Williams. And Rachel Titzer comes back in for the Knights. So it's Cardenas, Cyrus, Willoughby, Titzer, and Williams. The Trojans have Deckard, Huffman, Bradbury, James, and Stratman. So Bradbury, the only starter out there for TU. Titzer and Cyrus, the only 2 starters out there right now for the Knights of Marian. They've made 4 straight national tournaments as Marian. They won back-to-back national titles 2 years ago. Or 2 and 3 years ago, excuse me. Willoughby off a flare screen, left-hand drive on James, tried to wrap it around. Williams got the long pass. Pass was tipped by Bradbury and intercepted by James. 1:40 to go, quarter one. Taylor from left to right, down by 1. James skipping, trying to take Willoughby to the rack, stops in the high post left, in traffic to Bradbury. The pass was too low and easily stolen by Ellie Williams. Turnover number 4, there's a heave, and then James has to go off for fingertips. Cyrus saves it into Titzer in front of the Taylor bench. It looked like James was going to have an opportunity. James doesn't cover Cyrus, who fires a 10-foot jumper and hits from the baseline right. That's the second or third time we've seen Taylor lose a Marian player on the defensive end, and Cyrus makes him pay with a mid-range jumper from the baseline right. She's got 6, and Taylor down by 3. Huffman pestered, and she'll throw it away at the timeline, intercepted by Willoughby of Marian. Taylor turned it over 13 or 23 times when these teams met back in November, and the full court press that Marian unveiled in the third quarter then is giving them trouble now here in quarter one. Cyrus, jab step, 20-footer clean over Bradbury. Tough one there for Bradbury to defend a heavy step by Cyrus. And she's put Marian back up by a game-high tying 5 with 45 seconds to go in quarter one. Huffman racing away from Cardenas, left sideline, hits the brakes and wheels around. Floating right wing to Deckard, one of the top 3-point shooters in the country. Pass knocked away. Willoughby and Deckard dive on the floor. There's Huffman diving for the loose ball. She'll slip it over to Bradbury, and Taylor keeps the possession. Stratman around the arc. Deckard with 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Deckard a 3, short rim, front, missed it. Rebounded by Cyrus, and now Marian can hold for the final shot with 17 seconds remaining in quarter one. Taylor 2 of 7 from behind the arc. Marian 3 of 5 from downtown to start. A 17-12 Marian advantage. Turnovers have been Taylor's bugaboo here in the first quarter. Cardenas gets a smaller Deckard, a pretty spin move, but she'll bank it in with a right hand. 6-0, or making an 8-0 run for Marian. James won't get a shot off. Taylor took in a 1-point lead at 12-11 on a free throw by Lauren James, And then Marian closes the quarter on an 8-0 burst. And they lead by 7 as we head to the second quarter. Number 7, Marian leads number 9, Taylor, 19-12 here after one quarter on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart? Well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marian General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Wide before Taylor's line 5.
Marian 8 of 16 from the floor in the opening quarter. They were also 3 of 5 from behind the arc. The Trojans 4 of 11, 2 of 7 from deep. And Taylor trails by 7 after Marian went on an 8-0 run to close the opening quarter. The Trojans have the starting 5 back after them. They have the opening possession to start. Garrett can't use the dribble she already uses, has got to get rid of it quickly and bounces away over to B. Books. Garrett attacks free throw line, top of the key to right. Titzer defends her for Marian. Near side of the floor, Abby Books trying to drive on Willoughby. Downward cuts her off on the baseline right. 7 to shoot. B. Books pivots as Willoughby fell down, and Abby Books buries a triple. First triple for Abby Books, and Taylor gets the first points of quarter 2. They're back to within 4. Katie Giller makes her first appearance of the contest. Ellie Williams will heave up a 3 right side. That's skipped. Nobody boxed out Titzer down low, and she's got the rebound for Marian. Out there with Williams and Titzer. Abby Downard, Giller, as we mentioned, and Willoughby, the 5 out there for Marian. Between the circles, Williams driving. Steps right through 2 defenders and lays it in with a right hand. Too easy of a drive there for Williams, and Taylor back down by 6, 21-15. A minute in here to quarter number 2. Garrett left side, Willoughby bodies her, and that's an easy block call against Willoughby. First one on her, first one against Marian here in the quarter. And that was a good move there by the Trojans. Ellie Williams now 0 of 3 from behind the arc. She's the 6-foot junior forward. So Cyrus and Jones, along with Lively, 3 of the 5 starters, get a breather to start this second quarter for Marian. Taylor with the ball from left to right and white. They trail by 6. Taylor on a 9-game winning streak. Marian 6 in a row, their win total. The Knights 7th in the country. The Trojans 9. Books throws up a prayer that over the defender and missed a left-hand runner. Willoughby with the rebound, sprints up the near sideline with B. Books trailing her. Willoughby right hand bounce out near the volleyball line to Downard. Marian from right to left in blue with blue letters and blue numbers trimmed in neon yellow. Taylor in the home whites with gold letters and gold numbers. Willoughby a 3 off the back rim long. Getting his right and then fouling her is Ellie Williams. She tried to poke it away from right and then got right's forearm. First one on Ellie Williams, second one against Marian. And the Knights will apply full court pressure as head coach Katie Gerald's waved numerous times after the ball was blown dead for her team to get back into the defensive end. 8:12 remaining in quarter number 2. Taylor with the ball in the backcourt. Willoughby tries to draw a block, and they get Garrett for a charge. First one on Garrett. Taylor head coach Jody Martinez not happy with someone off ball for Taylor not coming as an outlet for Garrett. And so after getting the ball back, Marian will have an opportunity to build on their 6-point lead. They've led by as many as 7. That was at the end of the first quarter, 19-12. Willoughby around the Williams screen. She'll dribble off her hip, and it goes out of bounds. So the two teams trade turnovers here over the last few moments, and the ball will go back to Taylor. We'll see if they can figure out how to solve this Rubik's Cube that is this Marian full-court press that has given them trouble all year. B. Books will fling it all the way to the front court. There's Bradbury behind Williams, and Bradbury will lay it in. Nice pass from B. Books all the way to the front court. And Taylor to within 4 on Kendall Bradbury's third field goal. And now Abby Books will steal the ball. She dives on the floor. Wright will scoop it up. Good pressure defense on the ball by Taylor. Garrett wheeling to the corner. Bradbury 3 ball missing off the front rim. Tapped around. It's pinballed back in by B. Books, and Willoughby's able to snag it home. Here comes Marian right side. Downward wheeling. She'll fling it to the corner. A 3-ball rainbowed up. It's short. And she'll step out of bounds. Did Katie Giller. Right in front of that Taylor men's basketball team, right in the same spot where we saw the ladies last night cheering the men on against Marian. Deja Cyrus along with Karen Jones, make their first appearances of quarter two, taking the spots of Ellie Williams and Giller. Giller, the freshman, also of Beech Grove High School, the high school teammate of Cardenas. Abby Downard's the one guarding Garrett, but she is all the way back near the restricted area. Garrett up top, skips right, far sideline, A. Books. Taylor with the ball down 4. Floating it to the near side of the floor, B. Books to the right wing, Garrett with 8 to shoot. Got into the paint, trying to scoop it around. Downard, nope. Good defense there by Abby Downard to make Garrett throw a scoop from her hip. Near side, Willoughby, a great three-point shooter. She's wide open, and that was halfway down and out. Cyrus taps it out of there, and now Downard will tee up a 3 from higher right side. She missed it. She knew it right when it left her hand, and now Garrett will scoop it up. A 3-on-2. B. Books, Cyrus back. Becca goes in. Bank shot, no. It's tapped away, went off of the knees of Abby Books, and goes back to Marian. Macy Willoughby, a 35% three-point shooter. And crowd favorite Jamie Netzley makes her first appearance of the night, to a raucous ovation from the Taylor students. Macy Lively back in for the Knights as well. So Willoughby, who's a good three-point shooter, missed that one. She had all night to shoot it, but couldn't knock it down. And then a 3 from the other side by Downard was missed as well. Marian 3 of 9 from behind the arc. The Trojans 3 of 9 as well. Lively, with Netzley defending her. Lively picks up the ball. And Downard will bounce it left block to Cyrus. Here comes Wright coming to help on the double team. Cyrus got away, elevates, shot off the back rim. Great double team by the Trojans, and Abby Books gets the rebound. Near sideline is Wright, 6:16 to go, quarter two. Wright stops. There's that patented step-through move. She missed the scoop as the Taylor fans scream for a foul that won't come. Another rebound for Cyrus, her 5th. She's our leading scorer in the game with 8. Bradbury on her heels with 6 for Taylor. Books comes the hedge, Downard pass down low. Jones kicks out, and then Titzer took her eyes off of it, and it pinballs off of her knee and out of bounds. These two teams are some of the least turnover teams in the Crossroads League, each team with 14 turnovers a game. And Marian just turned it over for the 7th time here in the opening half. Taylor's turned over 6. The good news for both teams, though, is they only have a combined 2 points off the turnovers. Those belong to Taylor. Wright with a jump stop, pass through traffic to B. Books, far sideline, Netzley. Left hand dribble, trying to get around Titzer. Double team by her and Cardenas. Pivoting, Netzley slips it on through to A. Books. Here's Wright for a wide open layup over Jones, and Jones hacked her. Jones with a late rotation picks up her 2nd foul. She tried to go for the tomahawk block on Wright. 2nd time that we've seen Wright go in and draw a block, or draw a foul, as Cyrus was the one that tried to go for the block in quarter 1. Jones tried to go for the block there and picked up foul 2. 3rd one against Marian in the quarter, 2nd one against Jones. Wright's first free throw, good. And Wright with 5 first half points. Brings Taylor to within 3 and trying to bring them to within 2 here. Yep, bangs it off the back rim. 6 for Aubrey Wright. That is right at her season average for a contest. Taylor's outscored Marian 7-2 to start this 2nd quarter. They've drawn back to within a deuce, down 21-19. Cyrus, right wing, trying to take Bradbury to the cup. Pass was deflected, almost intercepted. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Abby Books, as Jones knifed in there and kept the ball, or made life difficult, I should say, for Abby Books after Bradbury deflected the Cyrus pass. Just 1 2nd quarter hoop here for the Knights. And Lively will swing it around to Titzer, left side circle. Lively pass behind her, Netzley right in her grill. Lively trying to shake away. Here comes a double team help on the hedge from B. Books. They flip it outside to Cardenas. She'll attack and flip it back to Jones. Long 2 from the right wing, too strong. And it's tracked and rebounded out of the sky by Aubrey Wright. 4 boards for Wright to go with those team high tying 6. She'll attack, jump stop, Taylor down by 2. Bradbury a bullet high, too tall for Abby Books. It goes off of her fingertips and out of bounds. 7th turnover by Taylor here in the opening half, matching the turnover total by the visiting Marian Knights. Marian number 7 in the country, Taylor number 9. Marian in first place in the Crossroads League by a game over the Trojans. They have a 9-1 overall record. Their only loss was to St. Francis. Taylor with 2 losses at 8-2 to this Marian club and Bethel. Jones up top. Bradbury doesn't want her to get another good look at 3. Jones has already made 2 threes tonight. Lively flinging up a 3. That one short. Weak side rebound, Abby Books. Lively's first miss from 3. She comes in as the best 3-point shooter for Marian at 41%. The Knights 3 of 10 from downtown. The Trojans 3 of 9. Marian was 50% in the opening half. Abby Books weaving, trying to step it on through, tried to draw a foul. She couldn't as she went down to the floor and misses the banker. Still a 2-point lead for Marian. Titzer gets behind everybody, wheeling in, reverse layup good, and they'll get Bradbury for the foul. Titzer looked to have her legs just really wheeling underneath her, and she found her balance as she came in from the near side corner, and she'll throw in a circus, nice reverse layup by Titzer, her first bucket. Good hoop there for Titzer, who comes in averaging 6. And it pushes the Marian lead back to 2 possessions, up by 4. Rachel, a 61% free throw shooter, and she'll switch that one home. So she completes the 3-point play. She'll exit, and Macy Willoughby comes in to spell her. Taylor down by 5 once again, 4:22 remaining here in the opening stanza, an opening half. James had a tie or sneaker, comes in, and she'll replace Abby Books. So it's Netsley, B. Books, Wright, James, and Bradbury, the Taylor 5. Light pressure this time, a bullet pass across the timeline from B. Books to Bradbury, and Taylor breaks the pressure. Netsley claps, tees up a 3. That one just off the back rim. Tapped away by Bradbury to the corner, and B. Books will chase it down for Taylor. Good hustle there by the Trojans. Bradbury jabbing. Jones knocked it out of her hands. Bradbury slipped. Jones and Bradbury dive on the floor, and Jones will swing it on back to Lively. 2-on-2 break. Netsley almost poked it away from behind. Willoughby fakes, got away from James, pulls up 8-footer, jumper clean from the mid-post right. A helter-skelter play. Willoughby found the ball in her hands, and she put it home. Taylor back down by 6, matching their largest deficit here since the second quarter started. Netsley near side, double-team trap comes to the far sideline, and James. She'll dribble across the timeline right hand. Bradbury, an 8-foot jumper, right side, perfect. Bradbury with 8, and Taylor back to within 5. Driving in, Jones will just take her eyes off of it and lose it out of bounds. Well done by Cam Cardenas of Marian for a 2-on-1. He was either her or Lively. And then Jones took her eyes off of it, tried to look at the hoop before she had the ball in her hands, and it goes out of bounds. Each team with now 8 turnovers here in this first half so far. They both come in averaging just 14 a contest. Netsley, pass probably wasn't first, she'll intercept it. James, a transition 3, and she gets it. LJ firing on all cylinders. Her second triple, she's got 7. And then the blink of an eye, Taylor's back to within a deuce. 3 minutes to go, second quarter. Cyrus, left side of the lane. There comes Wright coming in to help, and Cyrus banks it in as Cyrus goes over 2 Taylor defenders. B. Books looks for an explanation. The push will be called on Becca Books. It's her first and the third one against Taylor here in the quarter. Nice aggressive move there by Cyrus, who's got her first scoring of the second quarter, and she leads our game with 10 right now. Karen Jones out for Marian. Ellie Williams back in. This to try to put Marian back in front by 5. Cyrus, a 73% free throw shooter. This is her best season shooting the free throws. This week's Crossroads League Player of the Week misses the free throw long, and Bradbury rips down the rebound for the Trojans. So a 4-point Marian lead, 24-20. This total both well below their season averages for first half scoring. Right between the circles as Taylor attacks the basket to our right. B-Books trying to get position on Cyrus. Got it over Willoughby, Banker, and Taylor's to within 2. First hoop for B-Books, and Taylor down by a deuce, 28-26. 2:33 remaining in the opening half. Cyrus with her toes on the top of the arc. Takes one dribble in, directing traffic with that left hand. She's picked up the dribble, still looking for help. Hand off to Lively, down the lane. Weak side pass to Williams, and she traveled with it right before James put her hand in there. Turnover number 9 for Marian here in the opening half. Taylor with 8. A sloppy first half from both sides, and Abby Books will return for the Trojans, replacing Jamie Netsley, who's played stellar here in this second quarter so far. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in half one. Number 7, Marian, leads number 9, Taylor, by a deuce. Backcourt pressure. Looks like Marian trying to trap, and B-Books will fling it across the timeline to right. She'll hold at the volleyball line with Lively defending her. Lively had it down to both Marian and Taylor to transfer. B-Books drives. Cyrus almost slipped. B-Books looking for help. Outside the arc to right. Thought about a long 3. Lively chases her in. Ducking that shoulder is right. Step through move to tie it. Left-hand banker. No, and Cyrus skies over everybody for her 7th rebound of the night. And here comes Marian the other way. Leading by 2. Cardinals will fling up a prayer that hit the back rim. Abby Books goes in. It goes off of Abby Books' hand. And Taylor head coach Jody Martinez is irate across from us, saying that ball went off of Williams' hand. Cardenas exits. Downard comes back in. Cardenas had that dribble pull up and then kind of shot the ball from her armpit, and it had a high arc for such a short shot close to the rim. Shot clock resets to 30. Downard will deal it into the baseline right. Up top to Williams, looking Cyrus's way, back to Downard, steps in for a right corner 2 and swished it. A long 2 from Downard, she's got 5. And Taylor back down by 4, 30-26. With 93 seconds to go here in half 1. Aubrey Wright, left-hand dribble, thought about attacking. Back to Abby Books. And then far sideline to Wright. Directing traffic, and now Wright will dribble up top, right hand. Back out near the volleyball line, Lively with her step for step. Wright thought about a step back 3. Now B Books, a 3 right over Cyrus, and she hit it. First triple for B Books. She's got 5 all here in the second, and Taylor the closest they've been since they led back in the opening quarter. Williams will answer with a 3 from straight on. The first made 3 for Ellie Williams this season, and just the third made 3 of her entire Marian career. And that puts Marian back in front by 4. 33-29 with 50 seconds remaining here in this first half. Willoughby defends James. One-hand bouncer to Bradbury. Trying to go in. Left block in trouble. Lazy pass was deflected, and B-Books will gather it in. 10 to shoot. She'll hand off to Wright with Downer defending. Back near side, Abby Books. Trying to get it to Becca. Right block with 4. Abby drives. Cyrus just knocks it right out of her hands. And now Marian can hold for the almost last shot as Cyrus almost kicked the ball to the front court. A bad pass between her and Downard. Cyrus able to gather it back in and get it back to Downard. Just 1 second or about a second and a half between game and shot clock, with Marian leading Taylor by 4, 33-29. 15 seconds remaining in the first half. Now 11, and there's 10 to shoot. Downard to Cyrus. Wright poked it away, and it goes out of bounds. Good help D there by Aubrey Wright. Taylor's made 1 more 3 than Marian, 5-4. But the Knights have made 4 more field goals overall against the Trojans here this evening. Williams exits. Sarah Corbin in for the first time. She is the third of the 3 seniors we've seen tonight for Marian. It's her, Karen Jones, and Deja Cyrus, the 3 seniors for Marian. All 3 two-time national champions. Corbin up top, Bradbury defending with 6. A floater from just inside the free throw line catches the back of the rim and goes in for Sarah Corbin. So Taylor with the final shot. Bradbury, her right will just hang a right-hand prayer that will go wide right of the basket. And we head to the locker room with Taylor down by 6. The Trojans led 12-11 in the first quarter. They had cut the deficit to 1 at 30-29, and Marian closes the second quarter much like they did in the first quarter. They've closed the first quarter on an 8-0 run. They closed quarter 2 on a 5-0 burst. And Taylor down by 6 after a sloppy opening half from both teams. So we'll come back and look at the stats from this opening half on the BSN Sports Halftime Report when we come back here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel. Boy, do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences. and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marian General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100 all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
This is the BSN Sports Halftime Report. At the break, it is number 7 Marian leading the Taylor Chargers, the 9th-ranked team in the country, 35-29. Marian led by 7 thanks to an 8-0 run to end the opening quarter where they shot 50%. They cooled off in the second quarter, making 7 of their 15 tries. They were 48% from the floor in the opening half, 4 of 11 from downtown, and they were 1 of 2 from the free throw line. The Trojans, meanwhile, were just 4 of 11 in the opening quarter as they come back onto the floor and are greeted by a rousing ovation from the Taylor faithful. In the second quarter, Taylor was 6 of 14 from the floor. They finished the first half 10 of 25 for 40%. The Trojans 42% from behind the arc, 5 of 12, and they were 4 of 6 from the line. So Taylor outscored Marian by 3 behind the arc, 3 behind the line, but they find themselves down by 6 after the opening half because Marian made 5 more total field goals than Taylor did, 15-10. Rebounding numbers in favor of the Knights. They out-rebound their opponents by 4 a night. They've out-rebounded by Taylor by 4 in the opening half, 18-14, including 4-1 on the offensive glass, and Marian has outscored Taylor 4-0 on second-chance points. Leading scorer in the opening half for Marian and leading scorer in the game was Deja Cyrus. The honorable mention All-American a year ago, 10 points on 5 of 7 shooting and 7 rebounds, both game highs. Karen Jones, 6 points on 2 3-point baskets. As we mentioned, when Karen hit both those threes in the first half, she came in just 6 of 23 from behind the arc this season. She was 43% a season ago, but this season, she's made now 5 threes against Taylor. She's made just 3 against the rest of the Marian opponents this year. Abby Downard with 5. Ellie Williams with 5 off the bench. She also made a 3-point basket, just the 3rd one of her Marian career. Rachel Titzer had 3 on an and 1. 2 points for Cardenas, 2 points for Willoughby, 2 points for Corbin. No points for Lively in the opening half, and no points for Katie Giller, who played minimal minutes there in the first half. The Trojans, led by their leading scorer and the preseason Crossroads League Player of the Year, Kendall Bradbury. Kendall had 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting, 0 of 1 from behind the arc. Aubrey Wright matched her season average with 6 points in the first half. Made a 3-point basket and 3 free throws. Lauren James came off the Taylor bench and chipped in 7 points. She was 2 of 2 from the floor, both 3-point tries, and also made a free throw. 5 points for Becca Books, 3 for Abby Books, and no points from Lacey Garrett, Meredith Deckard, Haley Stratman, Jamie Netzley, or Sydney Huffman. So right now the Trojans getting good production from their leading scorer, Kendall Bradbury. She comes in averaging 21 points a game, Just 8 here in the opening half. Abby Books comes in as their third leading scorer at 13 points in an outing, just 3 in the opening half, as we mentioned. And B Books at 17 points tonight, scoring just 5 in the opening half. Each team had 7 assists in the first half of play. The big story, though, the 9 turnovers for both teams. Taylor with 9, Marian with 9, and the Trojans had the only points off of turnovers in the first half. They had 5 to Marian's none. Points in the paint, advantage Marian, 12-6. The Marian bench outscored the Taylor bench 11-7, and again, all 7 Taylor bench points are the property of Lauren James. Points off the turnovers, as we mentioned, 5-0 in favor of Taylor. And second chance points, 4 second chance points for Marian on their 4 offensive rebounds. No second chance points for Taylor on their 1 offensive rebound. We'll see what Taylor can dial up here in the second half as they try to snap a 12-game losing streak to the Marian Knights. That's the only team the Taylor senior class of Bradbury, Wright, and Garrett have not defeated in their time here in Upland, Indiana. This has been the BSN Sports Halftime Report. When we come back, well, the second half of action here from Model Arena at the break. It's number 7 Marian leading number 9 Taylor, 35-29, here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Marian ball to start the second quarter. They've got the 5 starters out there. Downard, Lively, Titzer, Jones, and Cyrus. They go from left to right in blue. Here's Jones, left elbow, guarded by Bradbury. Downer, down low to Cyrus. Help comes. The ball thrown over the rim, but they'll say Abby Books got Cyrus on the wrist, as Cyrus was open for a right-hand layup at the hoop. But Abby Books gets called for her first, and Cyrus will quickly go to the line. That play looked to be way too easy there for the Knights, and Cyrus almost able to put in yet another field goal. Instead, she'll go to the line for 2. Her first one hits the front rim and dances off. Cyrus, a 51% field goal shooter, the 3rd best field goal shooting percentage in the Crossroads League, and is having her best season shooting the free throws at 73%, and she's 0 for 3 tonight as she misses the second one short, rebounded by B. Books. Taylor's first possession as Becca brings it up the near sideline. Taylor with their 5 starters out there. Abby and Becca Books, Lacey Garrett, Aubrey Wright, and Kendall Bradbury. Taylor down by 6. Bradbury right wing. Jones right there in her face. Left-hand dribble. Bradbury into the paint. Kicking left wing to Garrett. Baseline left. Downer lets her sashay in. Tygan in the paint. Garrett up top. Aubrey Wright fakes a 3. Down the lane she goes. Kicks out to Garrett with 5, with 4. Bradbury catches 2-3. Was blocked by Cyrus, and Lively rips it down there. Bradbury slow to get back up. Cyrus all the way down there. Then finally Lively sees her and throws it to her. Garrett with a mismatch guarding Cyrus. Leaps into the air. Cross-court pass to Downer. Chase out of the arc. Downer weaves and pitches to Jones for a soft right-hand shot that's missed, and Bradbury rips down the miss. A clean look by Jones from point-blank range, and she missed it too strong off the heel. So after a rough opening possession of quarter three, we'll see what Taylor can do here. Downward all the way back near the restraining arc. Bradbury thought about it, catches 2-3, flings this one. That one low and misses low. And Kendall 0 of 3 as that one slipped off of her hand as it hit the bottom of the backboard underneath the rim. B-Books guards Cyrus straight away. She'll fire it near side. Jones 2 of 2 from 3, and she finally misses. This one dances up and hits off the basket support. Jones has made 8 threes all year. She's made 5 of them against Taylor, 2 tonight and 3 when these teams met in Indianapolis back in November. Still a 6-point Marian lead, no scoring so far, and then Downard steps in and she leans on Garrett and gets called for the foul. That is something our officiating crew has not allowed all night. Downard walks over with her arms still extended talking to our officiating crew, but our officials have been really tight with the whistle on that play. Every time Marian's tried to apply pressure in the backcourt and they try to force the Taylor ball handlers to the near sideline. Our officials, if you're wondering, Calais Blackwell, Calais Enterline, and Todd Moisner. Bradbury right side circle. Trojans looking for the first points of the third quarter. Abby Books fumbles with the ball, got to the left block, throws an off-balance shot off no good. That's slapped out of there by Becca Books and hauled in by Kendall Bradbury. Becca far sideline, between the circles to Garrett. Left side circle Bradbury, around the Garrett screen. Over to defender, she can't get the roll. And a block called against either Jones or Downard. That's on number 3, Abby Downard. That's her second. And the second one against Marian here in this third quarter. And Bradbury to the line, just 1 minute and 57 seconds gone in quarter 3. Kendall's first trip to the line tonight. And she'll have a rare free throw miss. That one off the back of the rim, a little too strong. The Trojans, the second best free throw shooting team in the country at 81%. And Kendall, one of their top free throw shooters. She makes the second one. She comes in hitting the free throws at an 87% clip. So Taylor gets the first point of this third quarter on a free throw, and they draw to within 5. Just over 2 minutes gone here in quarter 3. Marian from left to right in blue. Jones left elbow guarded by B-Books, or that's stolen by Wright. She'll race away from Downard. Here goes Aubrey Wright in for the uncontested right-hand layup. Aubrey Wright with 8. Taylor a 3-0 start to the third quarter, and they're to within a possession, down 35-32. Turnover number 10 against Marian. That's now points 6 and 7 for Taylor off of the miscues by Marian. Left elbow Jones, Downard bouncing to the right wing inside the arc. Cyrus ripping in through 2 defenders, try to throw it off. No, and it's ripped out of there by Bradbury. Silky move there by Cyrus. She tried to serpentine her way through 2 Taylor defenders. A 3-point shot would tie our game. Becca Books tried it. Her shot was blocked. And then right as that foul comes in super late against Deja Cyrus. The shot had already been gathered in by one of Cyrus's teammates. And the foul then came on the far sideline. And for 3 free throws, here comes Becca Books. That foul call was way late. And Cyrus will put one of the top free throw shooters in the country, Becca Books, to the line. She's an 83% free throw shooter for 3. First one, good. Taylor has 3 of the top 6 free throw shooters percentage-wise in the Crossroads League. Abby Books, Becca Books, Abby Books, Kendall Bradbury, and B Books, who just made the second free throw. And one more will tie our game at 35. Third one hits that home court roll and goes in. So 3 free throws down for B Books, and Taylor's tied our game at 35. They scored the first 6 of the third. Wyatt Lively spins, throws a hook, no good, and it's rebounded by Kendall Bradbury. That's her 7th board. Taylor with an opportunity to take their first lead since the opening quarter at 12-11. B Books stops back to the far sideline. Garrett Downard gives her plenty of space. Dashing in will be Garrett. Jump stops, league logos. Got to get rid of it quick before 3-second time calls, and then it's whistled. Garrett jump stop. Nobody cut to get open for. Had traffic in front of her. And there's turnover number 10 against the Trojans. Marian 0 of 4 to start this third quarter off. The Trojans are 1 of 4 to start, but they've made 4 free throws. Wright signals for a travel against Downard backcourt. Now Downard almost trapped near side. Taylor's head coach Jody Martinez screaming for a carry. Cyrus turns, fires, and hits a right elbow jumper. 12 for Cyrus. Is Karen Jones bleeding? Something was called here with Karen Jones, the Marian forward. Taylor head coach Jody Martinez still arguing his case for a traveling violation. And so nothing. Lauren James jogs to the scores table for Taylor. She comes in to spell Garrett. They said something about Karen Jones, but I wasn't sure if she had a cut on her arm or her leg. Nothing was motion, so she gets to stay out there and no injury control timeout. Full court press put on by Marian. James in the far corner. Dribbles and gives it up to A. Books. Taylor with 5 seconds to get it across. Right near side with 3. She'll fling it cross court to James. Darting in, trying to beat Titzer to the rim. She missed it, and it's tapped out of there, and here comes Marian the other way. Jones tapped it away. Titzer hauled it in. Near sideline right, dives in, almost dove into the front row and tapped the ball away, intended for Lively. Taylor scored the first 6 points of this third quarter to tie the game at 35. Most of their damage coming on 4 free throws. Then a 2-point turnaround by Cyrus on a broken play in the front court for the Knights has given them a 2-point advantage back. Titzer's got to get in quick. The time dwindling down. She'll find Lively right side circle. James defends. The junior Lively spins around and dribbles with a left hand. She'll deal off to Downard with Wright guarding her in the Taylor man-to-man defense. Downard right side arc, left side screen Cyrus. B-Books pounces, Cyrus right block. She'll just dart right around Abby Books and circle in for another layup. Cyrus with all 4 points for Marian here in this third quarter. And the Knights go back in front by 4 on a 4-0 burst after Taylor had tied the game at 35. The Trojans down 39-35. Lively got a hand on Wright. There's the first one on Lively. And more importantly, the fourth one against Marian here in this third quarter. The Trojans, as we mentioned, the second best free throw shooting team in the country, they come into the game outscoring their opponents by 6 points at the line per game. So if Taylor can get into the bonus on the next foul by the Knights, it could really help the Trojans out offensively. James, a dribble 3 straight on and straight through right over Downard. Lauren James, 3 of 3 from downtown and 3 of 3 from the floor. She's Taylor's first double-figure score with 10, and Taylor back to within 1. Fancy dribbling, Downard, rainbow jumper halfway down and out. Jones rips it away and puts it back in for Marian. First points for Jones since the opening quarter. She's got 8. Taylor back down by 3 as Wright wheels to the far side of the floor. Driving to Bradbury, tapped away by Jones, who might have got her hand or finger tapped in there. She's already got tape on her left ring finger and left pinky, and she is really feeling it right now, bending over at the waist and trying. She bends over again, trying to get some feeling back in that left hand. Taylor with the ball down 3. James to get it in baseline right. Flings it up top near the volleyball line to B. Books, who fumbled with it and kept the dribble alive. Now gives off to James. 5:15 remaining quarter 3. James against Cardenas, drives and kicks. Jones guarding Bradbury near corner. Kendall drives, puts that shoulder down, throws it too strong off the glass. Another rebound is there for Karen Jones. Bradbury 4 of 8 from the floor. Cardenas, who came in during the timeout, will work it near sideline. Dribbling to the top, the freshman from Beech Grove, Indiana. Lively heaving up a 3. That one's off the back rim. Cyrus elevates over everybody, has tapped it out, but nobody could haul it in for Marian. Lively 0 of 2 from 3. The Trojans with another opportunity to tie or cut the deficit down to 1. 41-38, the Marian advantage. B-Books, an excellent three-point shooter. Cyrus right there in her grill. Hands waving in front of B-Books' face. Up top to right, fakes the 3. Cardenas gave her space. Nice bounce pass. Abby Books push from behind. She'll bank it in and go to the line for an opportunity to tie us at 41. Nifty find by the Trojans, and Abby Books banked it home as she was pushed from behind. Lively exits Willoughby in, and that's also the 5th foul against Marian here in this third quarter, and that puts Taylor in the bonus for the final 4:29 of quarter 3. Abby with 5. She's the best free throw shooter for the Trojans. The second best free throw shooter in the country, ties us at 41. A 90% free throw shooter is Abby Books. Remember, after Taylor tied the game at 35 to start this quarter, Marian answered with a 4-0 run. Cardenas drives, floats, and hits. She beat Wright down the floor. Aubrey tried to go for the back tap, couldn't get it, and Cardenas floats it in. Marian back in front by a deuce, 43-41. Dangerous pass in the timeline that Bradbury hauls in as Taylor beat the full court press. Wright from straight on off to James high right side. Left hand dribble, now we're right. Cardenas defending, James crossing over to that favorite left hand, jump stop mid-post left, finds the cutting Bradbury off the fingertips, to the cutting Abby Books right down the lane for a right hand banker. Nice find by Bradbury, and it's 6 in a row for Abby Books. Or 5 in a row, Taylor's tied it at 43. Cardenas goes in, and Aubrey Wright with the thievery. Just picked her pocket. Wright pitching back to B. Books. James trailing. She's got Jones on a mismatch. LJ back near side to right. Bradbury pins Cyrus, lays it in, and Taylor leads 45-43. Nice job by Bradbury to pin Cyrus inside the restricted area. Cardenas almost tied up, and it's going to be a timeout for the Knights. The Trojans have outscored Marian 16-8 here in quarter three, and they've taken their first lead since the opening quarter at 45-43. It's a full Marian timeout, and we're back with more of the third quarter after this on the Trojans Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Taylor has outscored Marian 16-8 here in quarter number three. Taylor remains with 4 of the 5 starters out there. Abby and Becca Books, Bradbury, Wright, and Lauren James, the only non-starter out there for TU. Cam Cardenas remains in for the Knights. Macy Willoughby makes her first appearance of quarter three. They're out there with Karen Jones, Rachel Titzer, and Deja Cyrus. So 3 of the 5 starters out there for Marian. Cyrus left elbow, hand off to Cardenas. Right-hand float over 2 Taylor defenders. Hits hard off the front rim. Tapped out of bounds. Last touched by James or Abby Books. As Willoughby was slicing on through, she got her hand in there. Tipped it away, and then Taylor could not haul it in. Taylor with the lead at 45-43. Fresh 30 to work with here for Marian, as Cardenas will get it in to her right, our left of the backboard. Back to Willoughby, left arc, trying to drive on James, baseline left, backs it out near the timeline. Jones falls down, gets back to her feet. Willoughby drives, floater, blocked by Aubrey Wright, and then it's snagged off the glass here by Abby Books. Here's Aubrey Wright wheeling, looking up the floor, shimmying to the middle. Left-hand dribble stops, she'll find the trailing Abby Books. Taylor head coach Jody Martinez barking out across from us. His team leads by 2 with 2:40 to go here in the third. Bradbury up top, high left side to right with 11 to shoot. Try to get it to B-Books, could it? Floating right side, Bradbury driving on Cyrus, right hand, tucks it down, throws it off the glass, and it will be a blocking foul, and Bradbury's going to the line for 2. Third one on Jones as she was inside the restricted area. And Bradbury had to get that one off. It was a bad shot over both Jones and Cyrus, the top 2 front court players for Marian, but thankfully for Bradbury and Taylor, Jones's feet were inside the restricted area. 2 for Kendall. First one, front rim, and gets the roll. 4 for her in the quarter, 12 in the game. Taylor leads by 3, their biggest lead here of the night. Abby Downard back in for Marian, replacing the freshman Cam Cardenas. 2:28 to go here in the third. Taylor's outscored Marian 17-8 here in the third frame. And now 18-8 as Bradbury swishes the second freebie. 13 for her, 5 in the quarter. Taylor with her biggest lead of the night at 4 at 47-43. Wright picks up Downard in the backcourt. Here's B-Books trying to get her near the timeline. A pass come tapped and stolen in by Abby Books. Here's B-Books. She's got James weak side. There's a bounce pass and a Lauren James layup. Lauren James finishes it off, but great Taylor defense to hound the point guard Downard. Taylor with a game-high 6-point advantage at 49-43. There's a Wright steal, now Wright off to the races. Nothing Karen Jones can do except watch Wright miss a left-handed layup, but Abby Books will clean it up. 7 in the quarter for Abby Books, and Taylor's got a game-high 8-point lead at 51-43. Trojans on a 10-0 run right now. Downward pitching back to Willoughby, trying to end the scoring drought, and she straight lines in a 3. Willoughby makes her first triple of the night after missing her first 2. And that ends the long scoring drought for Marian, draws them back to within 5. They're down 51-46. Bad pass by Wright. Willoughby and James. It's a tie up. And a 30-second timeout there by Marian. James pushed out of the huddle as Marian comes in to help Willoughby up. Bad pass there by Aubrey Wright. An easy interception there for Willoughby. She tried to get it off to James. Tried to get it to James. 30-second timeout by Marian. That's the 11th turnover by Taylor here in the game. Just their second one here of this third quarter. The Knights, meanwhile, have turned it over 4 times in this third quarter. Trojans have outscored Marian by 11 here in the third quarter, 22-11. My memory's right, I believe that was a 10-0 run. Taylor fell behind, tying it at 41. They fell behind 43-41, then scored 10 in a row. 1:20 to go in the third. Marian ball out of the timeout. Good defensive hustle there by Titzer to dive on the floor. Or Willoughby, excuse me. Titzer's out there, and she'll get it in front of the Taylor bench across from us on the far side hash mark. Titzer, Willoughby, Downard, Cyrus, and Jones, the 5 for Marian. Timeout called by one of our officials to come over and check things over with the scores table in the official book. Ellie Williams wipes off her shoes, and will she be able to come in? They're going to put 29 seconds on the shot clock, since Willoughby did gather possession and then fell on it. So that was what the discussion was. So Ellie Williams comes in and spells Karen Jones, who's got those 3 personal fouls for Marian. Taylor counters with the same 5 that got them this lead. James Bradbury, the Books twins, and Aubrey Wright. Willoughby around a screen. B-Books comes in. Willoughby a Euro step, throws it up, and they'll get Abby Books for a block. Willoughby missed the scoop, and she'll go to the line for 2. It looked like Abby had good position, but she might have leaned into her right. She gets an explanation from our official Calais Enterline. And here's Willoughby to the line for 2. Second one on Abby Books. Just the second one gets Taylor in the quarter. And a quick rush shot there by Willoughby. She spins the first one off the rim. Titzer out. Lively back in for Marian. And after Taylor went on a 10-0 run, the Knights with a 3-point basket from Willoughby and a free throw. If she can make this one, she'd go on a personal 4-0 run. Our man comes out with the mop. Mops up that sweat. Gives a thumbs up to his buddy sitting in the stands below us, and now Willoughby ready for her second free throw. It's on the way, and this one halfway down, hit the backboard, rattled off the front rim, and went home. 4 in the quarter for Willoughby. She's got 6 in the game, and she's on a 4-0 run by herself, and it draws Marian back to within 4. 51-47, the Taylor lead. 65 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Taylor 3 seconds to get it across. They double team Abby Books to the far side of the floor, just inside the timeline. She's able to deal it off to a teammate. James will run the point for the Trojans as Lively will guard her. James maneuvers to her right, pitching out to Aubrey Wright. Jab step right hand, far sideline James. She'll fire a contested throw over Lively. That one's short off the right side of the rim, and Lively has the rebound for Marian. First miss from 3 by James tonight, and with 38 seconds left, about 13 seconds between game and shot clock, Marian will try to cut more into this 4-point deficit. Willoughby crossing over to her left hand, spins away from help. James fights through 2 screens. A 3 by Willoughby is good from straight on, and Willoughby's on a personal 7-0 run. That's all of her scoring here in this quarter has come in the last few moments, and it draws Marian to within 1, down 51-50. Books, near sideline right. She'll wheel up the middle of the floor. She'll circle back, and Taylor can hold for the final shot. Leading by 1, 51-50, with 6 seconds left to go in quarter 3. B-Books, high right side driving. Jump stop, barrels in, and that's a charge against Becca Books as Willoughby was just waiting for it. Bad possession there by Taylor. Could hold for the final shot, could the Trojans. And we'll see what Marian can draw up with 2 seconds on the third quarter game clock. Cardenas in, Lively out. Or excuse me, Lively stays in, I should say. Williams out. Netsley in for the final 2 seconds to spell James for Taylor. Cyrus, backcourt Cardenas. Dribbles up, heaves it just before the horn, and that one will miss over the basket. A good-looking shot there from Cardenas, and we head to the fourth quarter as Taylor outscores Marian 22-15 in that third quarter, and they go to the fourth leading by 1, 51-50 over number 7 Marian, with the Trojans trying to snap a 12-game losing streak to the Knights. This is Taylor women's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marian General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right.
Eerily similar to what these two teams played to back in November, as Taylor had a 1-point lead after 3 quarters at Marian. They lost in overtime. They have a 1-point lead here as we start quarter 4. Taylor with the first possession from right to left. Shanice McQuay, and for the first time she guards Netzley. Mid-post right, Bradbury triple team. B-Book shot might have been blocked by Cyrus. It's missed off the right side rim. Hits the ground. Netzley knifes in, spins it away, and she comes up and gets an excellent rebound by Jamie Netzley. Off-ball foul as the shot clock did not reset. But how did Netzley knife that ball away from 2 Marian defenders, spin away, and keep her dribble alive? So the opening possession of this fourth quarter, 20 seconds in, 27 on the shot clock. The Books twins right, Netzley and Bradbury, the Taylor 5. Bradbury driving in, Jones waits for baseline right. Bradbury looking to the cutting in the paint, could not find the cutter. B-Books out near the far hash mark. Between the circles, this is Aubrey Wright. Jabbing. Both Katie Geralds and her assistant coach, Vickery Valinaki, both screaming at the officials. One of the clocks did not get going. Still says 27 on the shot clock. And Taylor's Jody Martinez will use this as an impromptu timeout. So if we had played 20 seconds, and we're now at a 9:28. Math in my head is 12. So we should be at 15 seconds on the shot clock. I haven't taken a math class since high school, but I'm 90% sure it's 12. We do want to send a special birthday shout out to Lacey Garrett's little sister Elizabeth. She turns 3 today. She's across from us with mom and dad and her grandparents and plenty of toys. Looks like there's a nice pony over there that Elizabeth has been playing with during timeouts when she's not watching big sis Lacey on the floor. So my math was right. Yay. 15 to shoot for Taylor as B-Books will get it in. Cyrus will defend. Out near the timeline, the pass goes to Aubrey Wright. Left-hand dribble, she maneuvers to the right, now back to the left. Bradbury comes to try to find the lob back. Jones cuts it off. Bad entry pass, and Jones will steal it. 13th turnover by Taylor, matching the Marian output. And now the Knights can regain a lead. Willoughby dribbles. She scored the last 7 for Marian. After they fell behind by 8, they trail by 1 here. No one finds the player down low as McQuay, who fumbled it and somehow got it back in. McQuay caught Taylor napping on a baseline cut. And then she took her eyes off of it and couldn't put it in. Netzley falls down. Willoughby drives, trying to get away from Bradbury. Pass was tipped by one of the twins, Becker or Abby Books, and intercepted by Aubrey Wright. So the two teams trade turnovers on their opening possessions of the fourth quarter. And Taylor back on the other end, shooting on the goal to our left in white. They lead by 1. Lively, the shorter player, defending B-Books or Abby Books up top. Wright to the far sideline. B-Books down low. Bradbury got away from Jones. Lively smacked her on the arm. They'll say Lively gets a clean block as that one goes out of bounds. Bradbury takes a look at her forearm. It looked like Lively got her on the arm or on the back when she came in for the block from behind, but they'll say the block was clean. And so Taylor will get it in on the baseline down to our left. That's with 10 to shoot. Right, up top, off of Bradbury's fingertips, and she gathers it back in. B-Books outside with 7, with 6, with 5 to shoot. Free throw line, got to get it in, down low, intercepted by Jones. 2 terrible possessions for Taylor here to start this fourth quarter. They still lead by 1 as Willoughby will run the half-court set here for Marian. She scored the last 7 points for the Knights as she taps her left fingertips to her mouth. Bradbury goes in, knocks it away from Jones, who held onto her hand, and there's still no foul called. It goes out of bounds, lay off of touch by Bradbury, and that's an awful missed call. Karen Jones held on to Kendall Bradbury's wrist, and there's no foul called. That is atrocious. Atrocious. Jones was diving, reached out and held Bradbury by the wrist, and the referees kept their whistles in their mouths. Awful. Willoughby around a screen. Double team comes. Netzley got on the hands. Now Willoughby down low. Cyrus. Help comes from right. Cyrus on the block right up top to Lively. Weaving around. Shot clock expires. Lively had no idea how much time was left. And no offense, neither did I. So a really rough 2 minutes and 8 seconds for the two teams in the officiating crew tonight to start this fourth quarter off. McQuay exits. Rachel Titzer comes back in to replace her. Taylor in the backcourt. B-Books will fling it all the way back. Jones can't tip to it. Bradbury gets it left block. She's only defended by 2 defenders, and now she'll wait for reinforcements. Right, low bounce pass that B-Books able to haul in. Guarded by Titzer down the right side of the lane. Becca hesitates, goes in, off the glass and in! Look at Becca Books shimmy and bank it home, and she's got a chance at the and one. And then someone kicks out our power supply on the scores table. And there goes the scoreboard. What is going on here in this fourth quarter? Someone came in and kicked out the power supply after B-Books whirls in and banks one home. She's got 10, a chance at the and one. Tomorrow's Thursday, so we've got chapel on Friday. We might all have to go to chapel on Friday. There are some gremlins inside this arena to start this fourth. We all need to go to chapel on Friday. Every last one of us, we're going to chapel on Friday, kids. Front row and center, get there early, get your seats. Bring a Bible if you want. But whatever's going on in this fourth quarter, we have got something in the building tonight. The foul was on Rachel Titzer, her second. And here comes B-Books to the line to give Taylor a 4-point lead. Becca 2 of 2 from the line tonight, make it 3 of 3, and cannot get the roll, 3 of 4. Taylor 11 of 15 from the line tonight. And now the shot clock did not start once again. 7:39 to go in the fourth. Technology is great when it works. It is awful when it doesn't work. 7:39 to go here in this fourth quarter. Lively jogs over. She'll deal it in on the hash mark across from us. Nope. She'll go near the timeline. Yep. As we mentioned, Macy, a 5'7 junior. She's from nearby Tipton, Indiana. Went to the University of Evansville for her first 2 years of college. Had 3 selections and narrowed it down to 2, Marian and Taylor, and ended up deciding to go to play her final 2 years of collegiate basketball at Taylor, but did look into coming here to Upland, Indiana. So 25 to shoot. 7:39 to go in the fourth. A Becca Books hoop has given Taylor a 3-point lead. Willoughby calls out the play with her left index finger, uses the right side. Jones screen. Netzley goes in. Willoughby lost the ball around it. They're going to call Willoughby for a travel as Netzley was the one that poked it away from Willoughby. Willoughby caught the ball around the Taylor defender and then came back down, and they whistle her for a travel. I thought Willoughby was going to get that one on the ricochet and then lay it in beautifully. She's been fantastic here, bringing Marian back from what was an 8-point deficit with the last 7. Full court press by the Knights. B-Books, far sideline, stops to the trailing Abby Books, and now off to Aubrey Wright. 7:22 to go in the fourth. Taylor with a 3-point lead, 53-50. Trying to knock off Marian, the 7th-ranked team in the country, and then end a 12-game losing streak to the Knights. B-Books up top. Her entry pass intended for Bradbury was just beat out of bounds like a drum by Deja Cyrus. She's 5'9", but she's so athletic when she jumps, she becomes practically 6'2". I'm sure every other coach in the Crossroads League will not be sad when she graduates this May. She has been a thorn in everyone's side. Lob to the rim. Bradbury gets it, taps it back to Netzley, who put it in. Oh, look at that. They lobbed it to Bradbury. She went over everybody, over 2 defenders, and tapped it back to Netzley. And Taylor leads by 5. 6:52 to go in the fourth. Far side pass, Titzer down low. Cyrus got away from B-Books, and she'll lay it in for 2. First points of the fourth quarter come from Deja Cyrus with 6:44 to go in the fourth, and Taylor's lead back to 3. Pressure in the backcourt with Cyrus. A-Books back to B-Books. 2-hand fling across the timeline to Bradbury. Jones guards her right wing, almost to the baseline, outside the arc. B-Books fakes the 3, and now Wright will run the half-court set. Cyrus guards right, looking in, entry pass. B-Books got away from Willoughby, but couldn't hit the banker. Then a foul down low by Jones, and that's her 4th. Oh, an easy look at 2. Taylor's had a couple easy looks at the rim just roll off tonight. And there's Jones's 4th, and the second one against Marian here in the fourth quarter. Bradbury right corner, Netzley high right side. A-Books between the circles, near side to right. She finds an open B-Books, off balance, banks it over Jones. 4 fourth quarter points for B-Books. She's got 12 in the game, and Taylor takes a 5-point lead at 57-52 with 6:03 to go in the fourth. Hello to the Crossroads League Commissioner Larry DeSimpler watching on the Trojan Sports Network. Lively far sideline, Titzer. Wright gives her space. Jones a long 2 just outside the free throw line, spins off, and Abby Books ducks in for her 6th rebound. Big miss there by Jones, and here's Wright across the timeline. And now Taylor will run the half-court set. No. Taylor head coach Jody Martinez calls a timeout, his first timeout of the night, as Odell Arena gives the Taylor Trojans a much-needed ovation. 5:42 to go in the fourth. Number 9 Taylor leads number 7 Marian, 57-52. Don't go anywhere here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at Taylor Campus Store.
Same 5 on the floor that's gotten Taylor to this point here in the fourth. Netzley, Wright, Bradbury, and Abby and Becca Books. Marian counters with Cyrus, Lively, Willoughby, Titzer, and Jones. Out of the full Taylor timeout, they've got 4 timeouts left. Wright will work against Lively up top. One-hand bouncer, Bradbury trying to drive on Jones. He's got to be careful with the 4 personals. Goes in, knocks it away. Wright dives on the floor. A pushing foul. Oh, against Lively of Marian. At least I think so. Yes. Second on Lively. There was a quiet hush over the Odell Arena crowd as it looked like Wright, who had to dive from behind Lively, might have been called for the foul. Instead, Lively gets her second, and the third against Marian here in the fourth. 5:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Taylor with the ball from right to left and White. They lead by 5. Wright driving. He's had a splendid night so far. B-Books trying to get away from Cyrus. She'll go baseline left hand. Double team comes. Lively taps the pass and has it in the near side corner. She'll save it into Cyrus in the backcourt. Wright cut, and then B-Books threw it to where she came from. A quieted hush over the Odell Arena crowd as Willoughby runs the point here for Marian. She's been splendid, had 7 straight at the end of the third quarter for the Knights. Titzer, a right wing 3, good. Titzer's first 3 of the night. Comes in as a 31% three-point shooter, and that draws Marian back to within 2. Down 57-55, 4:50 to go in the fourth. B-Books picks up the bounce near sideline, out near the timeline. It goes to Wright with Cyrus defending her. Wright pointing things out with her right hand as she dribbles with her left. Now dribbling with her right, picks it up, looks for help. Abby Books up top. Willoughby defends with 7 to shoot for the Trojans. Books trying to create to Bradbury with 4. Lost the handle to Aubrey Wright. A long 3-ball. Got it! Aubrey Wright buries a desperation parking lot 3-ball and gives Taylor a 5-point lead. It helps when your grandfather's in the Hall of Fame. Here at Taylor, you get some shots that go like that. Cyrus attacks into the air, threw one right at Titzer's knees. She'll go in. She's bumped by Bradbury on the attack as Bradbury tried to make Titzer tiptoe on the baseline. Second one on Kendall, first one against Taylor here in the fourth with 4:08 to go. Okay, they're trying to do one of the last few things the senior class has been unable to do. And that's defeat Marian. The Trojans have lost 12 in a row to the Knights. Their last win was back in 2014 in February. Down to Cyrus. Nope. Intercepted by Wright as Cyrus got away or couldn't get away from Bradbury. Wright to the trailing B. Books a big 3 on the way. No. Netzley had it. Jones taps it out of bounds. They're going to say no. Our official on the near side, who was 20 feet away, said the ball is going to Marian after our guy down low. The man on position, that's Calais Enterline, correctly said it was staying here with Taylor. If that ball was going Marian's way, this place might have rioted. So Taylor will get it in with 3:56 to go in the fourth. Fresh 30 to work with. Wright will get it in from the near side corner. Lively defends. Baseline left Bradbury to the backdoor cut. Tipped. Netzley gets it. Bank shot is good! Jamie Netzley with 2 huge buckets here in the fourth. And Taylor goes ahead by 7, 62 to 55. 3:44 to go in the fourth. Cyrus, too high, saves it back, and Titzer will save Marian's possession. Lively down the lane, goes in, bumped by Wright, halfway down, and thankfully for Taylor, it bounces out. That's the 3rd or 4th time tonight Taylor has fallen asleep on defense. This time it was on the person with the ball, and Lively had a wide open lane and could not convert an and one, but should go to the line for 2. Second one against Wright, second one against Taylor in the quarter, and Lively calmly knocks down the first one. First point for Macy Lively tonight. A 78% free throw shooter. She made the first, and the former Evansville Purple Ace makes the second. Draws Marian back to within 5. Long pass across the timeline. Abby Books against Jones. Right to the cup. Her left-hand shot was too strong. And a good job by Jones to not pick up that 5th and final foul. Marian the other way. Lively after 2 free throws. Jones yells at Lively for not getting the ball up top. Titzer holds far sideline. Wright backs off her. Now Titzer will dribble with her right hand. 4 times in 5 and gives off near the timeline to Lively. 3:09 to go in the fourth. Shot clock at 10 for Marian. Jones up top. B. Books defends. Near side Titzer for her second 3 of the quarter. That one's off the back rim. And there comes Netzley coming in for a rebound. Taylor with the ball in a 5-point lead. 2:55 to go in the fourth. 62-57, the Taylor advantage. They try to snap a 12-game losing streak to the Blue Blood program in the Crossroads League. That would be the Marian Knights. Bradbury catch and shoot 3-ball. That one's long, and Cyrus tracks it down on the near sideline. Kendall 0 of 4 from downtown tonight. Willoughby up the left sideline, up top. Lost the ball, got it back. Taylor looking for a travel, and there, did it come? They're going to say no, it was a bobbled ball. They're going to say that Willoughby bobbled the ball, so it should not be a travel. 21 to shoot, 2:32 to go in the fourth. And Abby Downard comes in for the first time in forever for the Knights. She replaces Titzer. $2:32 to go in the fourth. And now another timeout. What is going on? Is Aubrey Wright bleeding? Yes. So here comes Patience Ramsey, the head athletic trainer for the Trojans, who's also celebrating her birthday today. It's on the knee of Aubrey Wright. Here comes the black tape. And Ramsey will wrap up Wright and get her back out on the floor. So we've got inadvertent whistles. We've got folks bleeding. We've got fouls not getting called. This game's got everything. 2:32 to go in the fourth. After a long break, we're back to action. So let's set up the lineup, shall we? Now what? Oh, something fell off. Downard, Willoughby, Lively, Cyrus, and Jones, the 5 for Marian. Abby and Becca Books, Netzley, Wright, and Bradbury, the Taylor 5. Marian ball, Willoughby, Netzley fights through the screen, forces Willoughby baseline. Bad pass, Jones tied up, falling down. It's a traveling against Jones because Wright couldn't get her hand on it, but it all started with the crafty defense of Jamie Netzley on the baseline. Turnover number 18 for Marian tonight, and Downer will exit and Titzer will come back in for the Knights. 2:26 to go in the fourth. Taylor with the ball, leading by 5. That ball probably should have been stolen by one of the Trojans. Jones was able to rip it away, but then fell backwards and got called for the travel. Pressured backcourt by Marian. B-Books, far sideline, Netzley with 3 to get it across and does. Netzley thought about driving. Bradbury near side, fakes the pass, now she'll put it on the deck. Close to a traveling violation against the All-American Kendall Bradbury. 2:09 to go in the fourth. Taylor from right to left and White. Willoughby right on the hip of Aubrey Wright, and Willoughby bumps Wright for the foul. Second one on Willoughby, fourth one against Marian, and one more will put Taylor in the penalty. Remember, as we mentioned, they outscored their opponents by an average of 6. The Taylor Trojans do at the line coming into the game. 2:04 to go in the fourth. Fresh 30 to work with. B-Books will get it in far sideline. She'll get it into Wright near the volleyball line. Wright, left elbow, backs it out with the right hand. Taylor trying to be patient here. Head coach Jody Martinez's purple, white, and gold and gray polo shirt has been untucked just like it was on Saturday. 1:52 to go in the fourth. Far sideline, Abby Books, Titzer defends. Bradbury looking B-Books' way, right block. Up and under against Cyrus. Look at Becca Books go and show 6 fourth quarter points for B-Books. 14 for the junior, and Taylor takes another 7-point lead. Cyrus trying to get away from Books. Long 2. Banked that one in off the square. Cyrus threw that one up and broke the glass on a hard shot that hit off the top of the square. A 30-second timeout for Marian, and they're back to within 5 with 1:29 to go in the fourth. We'll catch our breath, and when I say we, I mean me, here on the Trojan Sports Network. .129 left in the fourth quarter. Taylor will get it in after the Cyrus 2. Bradbury trying to run the baseline. She'll thread it through a couple defenders and find Abby Books. Pressure in the backcourt by Marian. 5 to get it across. A-Books double team. Calls for a timeout as Cyrus and Titzer bookended her. 3 seconds to get it across the timeline for Taylor. It'll be a 30-second Taylor timeout. What a ball game. After falling behind at the half, 35-29, the Trojans have outscored Marian 35-24 here in the second half. They lead by 5 right now. Taylor is led by no more than 8 tonight, excuse me. That 10-0 run by the Trojans in the third, which took them from down 2 to up 8. This place has been alive all night. Shout out to the Taylor baseball guys watching down in Florida. They said the house is rocking. Well, boys, I hope the girls give you a couple, or the ladies give you a couple more things to cheer about. Out of the Taylor 30-second timeout, B-Books has got it in the backcourt. 3 seconds to get it across the timeline. B-Books looking, still looking. Backcourt to Abby Books. It goes off of Titzer, deflected it off of Abby Books. Abby gets up looking for a pushing foul that won't come. So another turnover against the Trojans. That's their 16th. And Titzer comes out, and Downard back in for Marian as they continue with the offensive-defensive substitutions. Downard for offense and Titzer for defense with her length. 1:19 in the fourth, and Marian will get it in from the baseline to our right. Down by 5. Into Lively, guarded by the long Abby Books. Back to Downard, right defends her. High right side, near side of the arc. Willoughby guarded by Netzley. Bradbury comes to help. Then Bradbury rips it away from Willoughby. Oh, no! They call Bradbury for the reach-in, and she was hopping up and down, irate. Thought that she got that clean steal instead. It's the third one on Kendall, and a lot of folks here in Odell Arena are standing and screaming at our officials right now in disgust and anger. 1:09 in the fourth remaining. And Willoughby will get it in along the near sideline. Downard with right in her hip pocket. High left side, Lively. Abby Books defends around a Jones screen. Lively baseline, trying to float one in right hand. Nope. Jones has it. Back up right hand. Yes. First bucket of the fourth quarter for Jones. A 4-0 timeout. And wisely, before B Books dealt it in from the baseline, Kendall Bradbury calls a timeout with 58 seconds left. They should be able to advance the ball to the front court. Because any timeout under a minute, you're allowed to advance the ball to the front court. No, it should go to the, front court. Yeah. No, are they going to have to get it in the back court? Yep. So Taylor head coach Jody Martinez takes a full timeout. That's his last full timeout. And Taylor will advance the ball to the front court. Leading by 3, 64-61 with 58 and 7/10 of a second left to go. Here in the fourth quarter, we're back with the remaining 58.7 after this on the Trojan Sports Network.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com.
Odell Arena rises to its feet. They've been great all night. We know you some folks at home in Florida, in Colorado. Hi, Reverend. Are cheering on the purple and gold. And B-Books will get it in along the near sideline. Taylor leading by 3 with 58 and 7/10 of a second left. They get it into Wright, and now Wright will go to work. She'll back it out near the timeline. Taylor trying to bleed some clock here. A bucket here would be huge and put Taylor up by 2 possessions. Marian calls out a defense, number 3 across from us. Now they go to a zone. Far sideline, B-Books, right elbow Bradbury. Triple team around her. Bradbury knifes in, left-hand layup, give it to her. Nice move, Kendall Bradbury. What a time for your first bucket of the fourth quarter. Timeout, Marian. Taylor up by 5 with 36 and 3/10 of a second left to go in the fourth. Marian's timeout. They'll advance the ball to the front court on a 30-second timeout. We're having so much fun. Let's just keep it here. Check that, full timeout. So they have 1:30 left. Taylor has 2:30s. So we'll take a break ourselves. 36 and 3/10 of a second. Taylor up by 5, 66-61, trying to defeat the number 7 team in the country and snap a 12-game losing streak to Marian on the Trojan Sports Network. Next.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Odell Arena back to life. It's been this 5 on the floor that's carried the water for Taylor mostly in this second half. Netzley, Abby and Becca Books, Wright and Bradbury. 36 and 8/10 of a second left. Marion's got the ball in the front court after advancing after the timeout. They trail by 5, 66-61. Downard will get it in on the sideline across from us. Looking Willoughby's way. Downard almost fell into the court of play. Gets it into Jones, back to Downard. Driving on the baseline, tiptoes in. She stepped out of bounds. Nice job by the Taylor D. It was B. Books who looked to have forced Downard out of bounds. And now Taylor head coach Jody Martinez will call a timeout. And they'll advance the ball to the front court with an opportunity to potentially slam the door. Leading by 5 with 33 and 4/10 of a second left to go here in our fourth quarter. 30-second timeout, Taylor. I don't know what this song is, but every time the beat drops, it rattles the bleachers that we're sitting in because that's what the students are doing. 33 and 4/10 of a second. Taylor will get it in the front court. Netzley to deal it in. Taylor leading by 5. They get it into Wright. Carness in there. Wright spins back, bumps into Cyrus as Cardenas helped on the double team. That's the 5th one against Marian here in the quarter, and Taylor's in the bonus. Foul on Cyrus, her 3rd. And now Aubrey Wright to the line for 2 free throws with exactly 30 seconds left to go here in the 4th. Aubrey's had a splendid game so far. 11 points, 4 boards, and 6 assists. She's 3 of 4 from the line, making 3 in a row. Let's make it 4 in a row. Macy Lively in, replacing Titzer for Marian. Taylor up by 6. Shot clock turned off with 30 seconds left. A couple coaching tips from head coach Jody Martinez. Wright, second one, bangs it in off the back of the rim. And Aubrey's got 13. Taylor leading by 7. Shot clock turned off. Here's Cardenas with Marian down by 7. Wheeling off to Lively, left-hand drive down the lane. Through traffic, they'll wave off the shot. And they'll call a foul on the floor. Against whom? Against Aubrey Wright. That's her 3rd and the 4th one against Taylor in the quarter. 21 and a half seconds left. Taylor head coach Jody Martinez reminds his team no more fouls to give. So that'll put Marian in the bonus. Willoughby off the screen, catching it in left sideline. Netzley defends. Cardenas up top with 17 to go. Marian's got to get a shot off sometime. They're down 7. Lively drives, floats it, rolls it home. And with 12 and a half seconds left, Taylor will take their final 30-second timeout and advance the ball to the front court. 12 and a half seconds left to go in the 4th. Taylor's lead is down to 5 after a nice drive and floater by Macy Lively. She's got 4, all of them coming here in the 4th. We'll see what Taylor and head coach Jody Martinez can cook up after the timeout right here on the Trojan Sports Network. Odell Arena back to full throat. As we mentioned, Taylor has lost 12 straight games to Marian. Their last win was back at Marian on February 1st of 2014. None of the players on either roster were at either school at that point. Taylor with the ball up by 5, 12 and a half to go. Jones will take it away. She'll tackle Bradbury from behind, and that's Jones' 5th, and her time tonight has come to a close. That's the first time Jones has fouled out this season. And Bradbury to the line for 2. So Ellie Williams makes her first appearance of the 4th quarter for Marian, replacing Jones. Bradbury's first freebie, got it. Kendall with 16. that leads the Trojans. Gives Taylor a 6-point lead. This for a 7. Yep. Clean money. Bradbury. Excellent. 17 for her on 6 of 12 shooting. 32nd Marian timeout. They're out of timeouts. And Taylor 11 7/10 of a second away from wrapping this one up and checking one more box off the to-do list for the Taylor seniors. They've defeated everybody in the league except their opponent tonight. And whatever head coach Jody Martinez just said in the huddle, got a lot of smiles from ear to ear for his squad. He said it aggressively, but whatever he said has got folks down there in white jerseys and white shorts smiling from ear to ear. He's got his hands in his pockets, his polo shirt untucked as he walks to the end of the bench. 11 7/10 of a second left. Marian will get it in. Cardenas will have the honors, and Willoughby racing around the arc. Marian down by 7. Cardenas looking, throws it in, goes off of the hands of Corbin to the near sideline, out of bounds. Where is it going? It's going back to Taylor with 8.9 seconds left, and that should just about do it. Marian head coach Katie Geralds calls off the dog, says no fouls for the Knights. They get it into Books near the timeline. Marian backs off, and tonight, on January 23rd, 2019, the Taylor women's basketball team snaps a 12-game losing streak to the Marian Knights, defeating number 7 Marian 70-63, and now are a tie for first place in the league standings with tonight's opponents. Crowd was great. The baseball guys, I'm sure they're about to tear that house apart right now. They're probably not even listening to what I'm saying. Deja Cyrus with a nice word of encouragement from Taylor head coach Jody Martinez. A lot of respect between these two clubs. They'll come together and pray at midcourt. Nope. There's the huddle for the Taylor women's basketball team. They're going to huddle up. A happy night as Taylor women's basketball defeats number 7 Marian, snapping a 12-game losing streak to the Knights. And now the Trojans are in a tie for first place with Marian atop the Crossroads League standings. You're going to want to stay for our postgame show. I'm sure Jody Martinez will be in rare form tonight. We're back with the Ivanhoe's postgame show after this here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Play that old song. You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You got to have the music that you listen to.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Hi, Colorado. Look who it is.
Hello.
We're going to do some editing on the fly. Allison, we're recording this, right? Yes. Okay, good. Hi, I'm Rick Johnston.
I'm Kendall Bradbury.
This is Kendall Bradbury. Well, you waited 4 years, and you finally got it. What's it feel like? Tell me.
I mean, it's just a great feeling. Honestly, at their place, we just had way too many turnovers, and I mean, we lose in overtime by 6. And so I think that gave us a lot of motivation, and just we know we're the best team in this conference and one of the best teams in the country. So I think every girl came together tonight and just really played their hearts out, and what won us the game was just the little things, and we stayed together when they fell apart, and it's just a super great feeling.
You had 17 points. You had 8 rebounds, 4 dimes. We're not going to talk about your three-point shooting because that would be bad.
That's atrocious.
It's okay. You went 6 of 8 everywhere else.
That's okay.
So they cut it to 3, 64-60. When you call a timeout, you advance it, and then you duck in there and just make a bully move down the lane to put it up 5. What was that like? I mean, this place was coming apart at the seams.
Yeah, I mean, my mentality at that point, I knew Karen had 4 fouls on her, and so if anything, I knew I could get to the free throw line. But coaches told me just to have that attack mentality. I mean, obviously, I can't rely on my three-point shooting because it's not very consistent. But I mean, he told me, he's like, I'd rather you get 2 offensive foul calls and you're going hard to the bucket instead of just going up soft and stuff. So, and he has the utmost faith in me, utmost trust to just make a big play like that. And I mean, hey, big-time players make big-time plays when you need to, and that's what I needed to do tonight to help the team win and create that gap.
You guys outscored them 41-28 in the second half, if my math is right, which, as you know, is probably never to be trusted.
27, because they had 36 at halftime.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I got 28 right here.
Whatever. Anyways.
You won.
I mean, no, but that's the big thing. I mean, the first half, we just let them do kind of whatever they wanted on the offensive end, and we let Deja post up a couple too many times, and then we just got lost on shooters a couple times, and so we really just, in the locker room, I said, we're doing a great job on the shooters, but we got to get Deja off the block, and Becca did a great job, and when we switched into it, and then Abby was great in help. Aubrey did a great job helping off in defense, just her hands everywhere, and I mean, Lacey did a great job, too, when she was in it. Jamie came up clutch. I mean, everybody played so well, but it really came down to the defensive end and getting rebounds, because we knew that that's what killed us last time. And it just worked for us, and I'm just happy we won, and we're at the top now. We got to stay there.
Yeah, you're tied for first place. Is this the
place.
first time you've been in first since you've been here?
Yeah, I've never made it past 4th, I don't think, 4th or 3rd.
You were 3rd last year.
Yeah, 3rd. So I mean, it's just a good feeling. I mean, just knowing it was an emotional day for me, and my coach knew it, and just to let me go out there and just play, and get my mind off of things. It was great, and I mean my teammates are just awesome, and they had my back the whole time. So, and it's great when you can win like that against a great team like Marian.
Well, I know Mom's watching at home.
Hi, Mom.
Riley's at home, right?
Riley's at school. But
Riley's
my
at
older
school.
brother and my sister, and then just some other family. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'm glad Dad and Revan are here, and Spencer. So.
Yeah, Revan had a hip surgery like a week ago, and she's like moonwalking into the door. So.
I'm just glad that somebody was here to see a big game like this, and it just means a lot to me. I mean, they support me wherever and whenever, and through 4 years, I mean, I can't ask for more.
I will tell you, too, there might be some damage costs. The Taylor baseball guys were going pretty rowdy in their houses down in Florida. They were all watching tonight. So,
well, we appreciate them so much. I mean, when they get back, I know it's going to be wild for February. So it's going to be crazy.
This thing's going to be wild,
It's
indeed.
going to be wild. So
proud of you.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thanks.
All right.
Love you guys.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with head coach Jody Martinez.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
We're bringing everybody tonight.
Yeah, why not?
Kendall, Jody.
The
Hi,
janitor,
Jody.
he's ready. He's next.
Yeah, he's out of
the guy who does the floor for
He's
us.
got stuff to clean up.
Yeah.
Hi.
So, happy birthday.
Thanks.
You my man. What was that Reggie Miller number today?
Reggie Miller year. I'm 31. It's my Reggie Miller year, and your girls played like Reggie Miller down the stretch. They had some clutch buckets. How proud are you of their performance, and particularly that second half?
You know, I told them at halftime, we're down 6, and they got 2 kids. One kid hadn't hit a 3 all year, hits a 3. Another kid hit 6 all year. She's hit 2. So that's 9 points from post players. So the game plan was good. We just won. We didn't expect that, 9 points from those guys. And then we had some dumb turnovers, and we just had some poor decision on our shot selection. And I told them at halftime, you correct those 3 things, you're going to be amazing second half. And we scored, 41 that second half? You know, the defense held them below their average. Now we're tied for first record-wise. 7 games to go. The bar's high. And, I told them 24 hours, enjoy it, and then back to work tomorrow.
You had 5 in double figures. We can go a lot of places with this. Kendall leads you with 17. I asked her about that play to put you guys back up 5 after a timeout. That's just I know it's a cliche, but that's just a senior All-American play right there, right?
Well, they went to a zone, and the girl played behind Kendall, and the rule is whenever someone plays behind Kendall, she's better to touch the ball. Now, she doesn't have to shoot it. She can do inside-outside, but we had just talked at halftime it's called a rip, to rip and attack, and the girl had 4 fouls. She wasn't going to try to block it. So we tried to attack Jones late in the game, and it just was our benefit. And Kendall, man, with beautiful left hand. But just overall, look at Jamie Netzley.
She played 10 minutes in the second half.
We talked about this before. She was a starter before she got injured, and now, she's still out of shape a little bit. And I just told her after the game, I'm proud of you, but you need to get in here and give me some more extra effort on conditioning because she pulled herself out in that first half, I believe, and second half she sparked us, man. Key points, 4 points, 2 rebounds or something, but it's the pressure defensively she gives me. Plus, she's a lefty. I love lefties. Any lefties out there want to play for Taylor, let me know.
You got one coming in next year, right?
Yes.
That's next year. Let's talk about this year.
Yes.
Lauren James, 12 off the bench, 7 in the first half. She shot the ball great, 4 of 6. She was 3 of 4 from 3, and she had some really timely buckets. She had 5 there in the third quarter. I think she had a couple hoops there in that 10-0 run that you guys had there in the third. What was it like to get that? Let's talk about her play really quick.
LJ's done, moments of greatness the last 2 games, shooting the ball. Even her defense has gotten so much better since last year. But when she gets tired, she did some really bad things, and she knows it. That's how you learn, though, when you're young. You know, freshman, sophomore year, you got a lot of learning to do, especially in the system we have. And LJ keeps taking steps in the right direction, and I just love her work ethic. I tell people she's my hardest worker off the court in terms of out of practice in terms of extra effort. But this whole team, I mean, coming through, it was huge. I mean, just huge.
Aubrey filled the stat sheet, 13, 4, and 6.
I know, but
she had 6 steals too, by the way.
That's what I'm talking about. Aubrey's defense is hidden behind all the offense we have, but her defense of plugging up the lane, deflections, she's just hate to use the Energizer Bunny because she's better looking than that, but she's just all over the place, and just remarkable job. I mean, I could put her any position on the court. Got to work on her step under moves because she can do that move. She just today was releasing it way too low. But proud of the seniors to win that game. Now they know they can beat them.
The 6 steals for Aubrey, a new career high for her, by the way.
Awesome.
Let's talk about your seniors, and I'll let you get out of here.
Sure.
Because I'm sure you're hungry and you want to go get some.
Hungry, yeah. My family's over there like staring at me.
Well, that's okay. They still love you. So.
They do love me.
And they put up with me.
They do.
The win was important for the whole team. Obviously, sure. The team had lost 12 in a row to Marian. Their last win over the Knights was back in February of 2014. But particularly for those 3 seniors that have gone through so much in their 4 years, they've gotten so close to beating this team. And this is the last team they had not been able to beat until tonight. How important is it for those 3 young ladies?
I think it just the last 2 years. I mean, they hadn't won at Huntington in 8 years or something crazy. Wesleyan had a 17-game winning streak or something, and then Marian, and so that's one thing they talked about, back in October. They're, hey, coach, there's one team we haven't beat yet, and that was Marian. I said, well, you've had opportunities to beat Marian, just you kind of choked. You guys got to be tougher than them mentally, and I thought second half we definitely were, and I know I'm proud of them to persevere. Going through 3 coaches, it's tough. And the Unities, they're the captains, and they've done a great job.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Got to get back to work and get ready for another ranked team Saturday. Another ranked team.
On the road.
Crazy.
Welcome to the league, brother.
Yes.
Well, I guess welcome back.
Welcome back to the league.
By the way, shirt untucked on Saturday again. That's 2 games in a row, shirt untucked.
Well, I didn't untuck it till fourth quarter. I was getting hot and upset with a few calls, but overall that's a good crew. I think they missed, the holding play here. I was been 1st and 10. I mean, held her leg. I mean, come on now. You're right there. All right, I'm done.
All right, congrats. Go get some dinner.
Thank you.
See ya. We're back to wrap it up after this.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
What a night. Fun one inside Odell Arena. We're glad you folks tuned in. Number 9, Taylor defeats number 7, Marian, snapping a 12-game losing streak for the Trojans to the Knights. Taylor had 5 in double figures, led by Kendall Bradbury, 17 points. Aubrey Wright went off. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. That's one off of a career high in assists. And the 6 steals, a new career high for Aubrey in the steals category for her. Kendall played all 40 minutes, 17 points, 8 boards, 4 assists, and she was 6 of 12 from the floor. Abby Books had 10 points for Taylor, 7 in the second half, 6 rebounds, and a steal. Becca Books had 14 points on 4 rebounds and an assist. Lauren James came off the Taylor bench, had 12 on 4 of 6 shooting and some big threes there, particularly in the third quarter. She was 3 of 4 from behind the arc. Jamie Netzley had 4 points in 14 minutes and 20 seconds, but she had some dog defense out there that gave Marian fits all night. And so Jamie Netzley came in and played huge for the Trojans here this evening. For Marian, they had 2 in double figures. Deja Cyrus with a game-high 18. Karen Jones had 10 before fouling out. The Trojans shot 52% from the floor in the second half. Marian was at 50%. Taylor just 7 of 20 from behind the arc for the game. They outscored Marian by 11 at the line, 15-4. Each team hit 7 threes. Marian made 2 more field goals, 26-24. Taylor trailed 35-29 at the break. They outscored Marian 41-28 after halftime. Special thanks to Allison on camera and Leah at the computer. We thank you folks for tuning in as well. Taylor with the win tonight. They are now tied with Marian for first place in the Crossroads League, each with identical 9-2 Crossroads League records. The Trojans are on the road on Saturday when they take on number 17 St. Francis. And we will see you back here next week when Taylor takes on whom? Huntington, the Forsters, who are receiving votes in the most recent Top 25 poll. Tonight, Taylor snaps a 12-game losing streak to Marian, knocking off the number 7 Knights by a final of 70-63. Number 9 Taylor moves to 18-4, 9-2 in the Crossroads League, and the Trojans have now won 10 games in a row. This has been a presentation of Taylor women's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network. Good night from Upland, Indiana.